Let's go. I would want to show Ronaldo.
Young man from America called IshowSpeed.
Maybe.
I'm sure he'll come back here.
Maybe Ghana.
Who came to Ghana?
I probably want to take Ronaldo to Ghana.
I saw him lying down and about 10 girls, all with shea butter, were massaging this boy.
Pope Leo XIV will make his first major overseas trip of 2026 next month, touring 4 African nations where the Catholic Church is growing fastest. The Vatican announced Wednesday the
So at this moment, let's remove emotions for a second and look at data. Fastest growing youth population, one of soccer's regions in Africa, rising Catholic influence, and global diaspora capital. What if I told you Ghana may soon host 2 of the most powerful global influence of our time? The world's most followed athlete and footballer, and the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics. You may be asking, why Ghana? And I'm asking you, with all the information mentioned above, why wouldn't they visit Ghana? Welcome to Inside Studios Network. Hey, relax a little bit. I'm going to break it down for you to understand. But if this is the first time you are coming across my channel, make it a point to hit that subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about this very conversation. And to my returnees and my subscribers, I say thank you so much. It is always great having you around. In this video, I'm not going to deal with rumors. I'm going to analyze signals from football diplomacy to Vatican geopolitics, from diaspora power to youth digital influence. The question is no longer if Ghana is rising, but you see, the question should actually be, is the world preparing to engage Ghana differently? Let's break it down. We all remember when IshowSpeed took his African tour and then toured almost 20 countries in Africa in 30 days. He ended in Ghana, and in Ghana he had some kind of treatment, and after that treatment he got also a Ghanaian name and he left. And after he left, there was a video, the Ghana president was mentioning him, and the Ghana president said some things and also prophesied that this boy, I think he will be coming back to Ghana.
Recently, my children were all excited about some young man from America called IshowSpeed, or I don't know what his name is, who came to Ghana. And one of my children showed me a video of him in a shea butter museum of some sort. And it's one of our northern sisters who has that shea butter museum. And I remember when we were young, this Kuria Kurijenje, they were singing. All of us remember that when our younger sisters used to play and pass those stones. Kuria Kurijenje. And this young man was lucky. I saw him lying down and about 10 girls, all with shea butter, were massaging this boy. And the way he was enjoying it, he opened his mouth as if he couldn't breathe. That guy, I'm sure he'll come back here.
Great. And lo and behold, in one of his live sessions after he had returned to the United States, a fan asked him, if you were to visit Africa, a country in Africa with Cristiano Ronaldo, which country would that be? And the answer from IshowSpeed was mind-blowing.
IshowSpeed, and I'm about to answer questions that I have never been asked before. Let's go. I would want to show Ronaldo maybe Ghana. I probably want to take Ronaldo to Ghana.
He said he would visit Ghana with Cristiano Ronaldo if he had the opportunity, which means, in fact, there is a certain possibility that it may happen based on Cristiano Ronaldo's, schedule or itinerary. Now, he said, what would you do with Cristiano Ronaldo if you go to Ghana? And this was what IshowSpeed said.
Because I probably want to take them to the Shea Butter Museum. If you go down south from Ghana, there's like castles and stuff. Take them to a castle, then we can probably go to a little pitch, play some football together. Ghana got some nice pitches. I don't know, I just feel like it's a great little take Ronaldo to.
And if you think this is nothing, just watch this video that when Cristiano Ronaldo pushed Coca-Cola to the other side, what happened to Coca-Cola? I know someone may be sitting there, and what is the big deal if Cristiano Ronaldo visits Ghana? What is the big deal? Okay, if you don't know the big deal, let me tell you what the big deal is. The big deal is that Cristiano Ronaldo, an advocate of a healthy diet, moved the glass bottles of Coca-Cola out of the camera frame and instead held up a bottle of water and said in Portuguese, water. Coca-Cola saw its share price drop by 1.6% to $55.22 soon after Ronaldo's action. The market value went from 242 billion to 238 billion, and that was a $4 billion drop. So now sit down somewhere and tell me, what is the big deal? It is really a big deal. But see, there is a possibility that IShowSpeed would definitely bring Cristiano Ronaldo to Ghana, and he said he would take Cristiano Ronaldo to the Shea Butter Museum where he was massaged, and the president of Ghana said because of that massage he might come back to Ghana, and after that he would take Cristiano Ronaldo to a lot of different places, especially the castles, which holds great transatlantic slavery stories and history that would change mindset and also connects people to the roots and the story of African history. And I'm sure if that should happen, Cristiano Ronaldo would not take it lightly at all. He would understand the story and how it connects Europe and the West with Africa, and probably one way or the other understand the role of the Portuguese in the transatlantic slavery story. Now let's move to the spiritual dimension, why the Pope's visit is very significant and may make sense. Pope Leo XIV is scheduled to visit Africa, some African countries in fact, around April 2026.
Will make his first major overseas trip. Pope Leo XIV will make his first major overseas trip of 2026 next month, touring 4 African nations where the Catholic Church is growing fastest. The Vatican announced Wednesday the pontiff will visit from April 13th to the 23rd. He will be the first pope to visit Algeria, a predominantly Muslim nation where 4th century St. Augustine of Hippo, a major church figure, was born. Reverend Abonkiame Roberto, a Nigerian Jesuit, said Pope Leo's visit will remind the world that Africa matters and the vibrancy of the church in Africa remains at the heart of a thriving global church. About 20% of the world's Catholics live on the continent. Before Africa, Pope Leo will make a one-day visit to Monaco on March 28th. In June, he heads to Spain, including the Canary Islands, a major entry point for migrants. The Pope is also expected to visit Peru, where he previously served as a missionary.
And for Pope Leo to visit Ghana, it is going to be significant and it is going to be very important and make real sense. This is because Cardinal Peter Turkson is one of the most influential African voices within the Vatican, and this man is a Ghanaian. He previously led the dicastery for promoting integral human development and has long been considered among prominent African papal candidates. Now, here is where Ghana becomes important. Ghana has one of the most structured and stable Catholic communities in West Africa. According to church records, Catholics account for roughly 10 to 13% of the national population, with hundreds of parishes across the country and growing youth membership. But you see, this is more deeper than numbers because Ghana represents political stability compared to many regional neighbors, a peaceful interfaith coexistence model, and a stronger global diaspora. Therefore, if Pope Leo XIV wanted to strengthen Africa-Vatican ties, acknowledge rising African Catholic influence, and highlight peace and democracy in Africa, Ghana becomes an ideal platform. Historically, papal visits to Africa have symbolic geopolitical weight. They signal recognition, they signal alliance, and they signal spiritual investment. And Ghana's profile, especially with figures like Cardinal Peter Turkson, positions it firmly on that map. However, since the Year of Return initiative in 2019, Ghana has repositioned itself globally. Tourism figures rose, cultural tourism increased, investment summits intensified. Ghana markets itself as the gateway to Africa, a stable democracy, a cultural homeland for the diaspora, a diplomatic bridge, and to that, strong US-Ghana relations, growing European ties, and diaspora influence in politics, business, and entertainment. This is not accidental, it is very, very significant. Let's imagine this scenario. A pope visits Ghana shortly after Cristiano lands in Accra. What message does that send? The message sent is that Ghana is not peripheral. Ghana is central. One visit symbolizes spiritual recognition, the other symbolizes youth and global cultural relevance. Together, they project Ghana as spiritually significant, youthfully powerful, politically stable, and economically promising. So let me tell you here, Ghana's story is changing, not because of hype. So let me tell you this, Ghana's story is changing and Ghana is always progressing, not because of hype, but because of positioning, because of diaspora power, and because of youth energy, also because of strategic global position. If either Cristiano Ronaldo or Pope Leo XIV step foot onto the Ghanaian soil, it will not be a random thing. It will be very symbolic, and that particular symbol shape nations. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode, and I like it so much, but I would like you to hit that subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about this very conversation. This is Inside Studios Network.